So let's be clear here. You got a guy going from right into my collapse zone exactly 100%, including the shear plane, the knocking down the structure. That's July 30th. He posted it. You know that I post this is my video posted June 29th, showing that images that he uses in his video that I use to, well, these are public images, but I talk about the column here. He talks about the column and goes right to the roof. So, one of the shapes that I showed you. Okay, can we get here? That's number 48. And he does the same thing, right? So then we go here. My shear plane videos, etc., dealing with this area here. But so then, and this is my ledger deck collapse, right? I did that back on the June 30th. But obviously I didn't have that epiphany that day. It was a couple days before I decided to make a model up to get you guys going. Now, Jim, is one of the writers here, told me that this clown over here is going to be able to prove that I got my ideas from somebody else. Well, I look forward to that, and that's why I asked you guys to do that, to show me that he can prove that I got my ideas from someone else. This is not a this is where, all right. So I look forward to that. Let's see here. He said he can now. This is the deck we know about, right? There's the deck, the car parking garage. I already went over that with you. That it's all about the BMAs. It's what I've been trolling you guys for some time about. What's this? What's this elevation change? What's over here? You know the way I do it. I point over here, but I really want you to use your brain and look everywhere. So we go to the comments section here 4 days ago. This is edited now. I think you're quick to judge without actually doing the research first. This is that video I did, a reaction video saying, really? Now this guy has a lift running around on a deck causing collapse. So 4 days ago, he had a lift running around on the deck causing the collapse. There's spider webs everywhere just running around. And so I did, how are you going to get that lift there? I had some dummy tell me they're going to lift it up with a crane and put it over there. So then they hire a crane to drop a heavy machine onto a 40 pounds per foot deck. The footprint. It would be, these are palm trees. They're not like, people have been cutting down trees without lifts for forever. They're palm trees. There's nothing, something super crazy. How do you cut down a palm tree? Well, it seems like right above the palm trees are a lot of decks. Seems like they could just ask permission to go into the property, cut some branches, and lower them down. That would be a nice, simple way to get rid of the palm tree. Not cutting it so big, or the guy just climbs up and he lowers them down with a ladder. Scaffolding has always been a nice thing for that little bit of height. Scaffolding would do it. You don't have to go as far as put a 20, 30,000 pound man lift on a deck. I think so. He sells tools, right? And then somebody sent me something now showing me he deals something with used cars too. And I looked at the video. And I was like, oh, I only looked at partial of it. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm dealing with some type of used car type person. The morality, as one of you guys said, is not theirs. Thank you for saying that. If you think you're quick to judge without actually doing the research first, you completely misconstrued that my video was saying I just simply showed that JLG articulating lift because it was the first image that I found within a 5-minute search that was transparent GIF image so that I could drag it around the deck, drag it around on the deck. But it was really meant to represent any type of heavy equipment. So he said any type of heavy equipment. So his intent was to represent any heavy equipment on this deck, whether it be a skid steer or a scissors lift, each of which can fit through the gate. A scissor lift might fit through the gate. Also, your thinking is way too narrow, just like the gate. So my thinking is narrow like the gate. My thinking is, I'm the one that's already come up with the deck ledger failure, already talking about the BMAs in the videos. I'm already talking about the shear plane over there at the wall. This is 4 days ago. He's telling me my thinking is too narrow. And yet all of a sudden he's going to come right out. So first off, my thinking is too narrow of all my videos I have out then, about 4 days ago. So, that you claim to be too skinny. The gate claimed to be too skinny. You're not getting that man lift through that gate. That man lift he had. But wait a minute. Did you ever think for a minute that if they could have unscrewed the whole rest of either side of the gate off of the wall, you would have enough opening? Well, I never thought the gate was really that big. Did you guys see the gate? What are you talking, 2 inches on the gate there, an inch on one side, an inch on the other one, 4 inches total? So he's saying that it was a matter of 4 inches approximately. Now, one of you guys, a viewer, is a welder that actually welded that gate, did the repair to it. And that's interesting. You could actually tell us, could you even take it off? Did you weld the hinges, or could that gate even come off like that? Apparently, it went through a fall, and the gates stayed intact on the broken wall. So apparently, they appear to be welded or very secured. Doesn't matter. We're talking 4 inches. But so let's say that okay, they can squeeze through at 4 inches. That's and they don't damage the walls when they try to do it. Okay, so they drive through there on there, and they got his articulated lift out there. It's still his idea. An articulated lift out there weighing thousands of pounds, as he states, shows that it's going around cracking up the deck everywhere. I mean, it's just murdering the deck. The bushes are over, the shrubs are over at the palm trees are over there by the wall, but they're just murdering the deck all over the place. I mean, they're by the pool. This guy's taking this thing for a jacuzzi ride. He's just having a ball with the riding machine as he has, going through concrete and everything. You also didn't answer the question of how did they get those planters there on the deck in the first place. Well, I never asked the question. Oh, no one ever asked me how they got the planters there, the planters there in the first place. No one asked me that. Those were 20-foot tall palm trees. How did they get there in the first place? Maybe a crane. Maybe not. Which one? Maybe a crane or maybe not. Nothing. Nobody knows, but you obviously didn't listen to the video, because I said on there everything I was saying is speculation, and I was not trying to assign it as a root cause. I was saying if there was an equipment on there when they pulled off these trees, that it may have been a contributing factor. It may have contributing factor. Machine driving around. You're doing videos on it about that. Well, could have been a big giant bird sat on there and shit and ruined the deck. I still think the main cause of this is rainwater that soaked through the inches of brick pavers and an inch of sand, and at 8 pounds per gallon eventually caused seepage through the failures, which were compounded by poor repairs. Also, I realized that your need to degrade me as a tool guy, construction, electrical engineer. I have no idea what that is. With many years of problem solving, and I've been remodeling condominiums that I've bought and sold on foreclosure for 25 years. I've also gone in and repaired massive engineering failures. Really? Massive engineering? They hired you? Really? Massive engineering failures. To people's property. That's a lot of people's properties who have devastating flood. Oh, okay, so he does flood damage. I've seen many things over the years that water has done to concrete. So I am much more than a tool guy or a handyman, as one of the other bitter friends like to refer to me as one of your other bitter friends. But that's okay. If you want to keep trying to discredit me, I have no problem with that. I still respect you and your knowledge. Well, isn't that something? He still respects me in my knowledge. So that shows you that he's watching my videos. So he respects me. I respect you in your knowledge. But the respect, as the people show there, is not respect when you take someone's plagiarize their content and pass it off as your own, as we talked about plagiarism. You already said it. You think it's the soaking water of inches of brick layers here. But wait a minute, you also have a man lift causing the issue. Now all of a sudden, you've got the man lift. You don't even have it over there. You had a chance to put your man lift up 4 days ago, showing it causing that problem over there. Now you don't. All right, this is only one of the comments, guys. He's got a couple more here. But I wanted to share this, what I've been dealing with, and so you guys get the backstory, because it's edited, but I haven't published it because it's part of my complaint issues. So again, at the very bottom, it says, "Okay, I have no problem with that. I still respect you and your knowledge." All right, so that says it all, doesn't it, guys? So you see what I'm going through here is that they come over here, they grab my data, and then they say this, and then they don't give you credit for it or anything else. They don't give you credit for it. You know how when I do the research on stuff, and I say, look, guys, here's NIST. If you guys want to know about NIST or cycling and all that, I give a little hints, and then some of you are awesome. Will actually give me the links too, and I'm like, that's the one, beautiful. I'm like, you nailed it. That's the report. So that's interesting. What's this one? 4 days ago. Yeah, that's something I might have looked into. I think I don't know if I opened your link yet. So I leave it out here until I can look at it. So Melissa, I guess I'll look at it, but I'm not sure where I'm going with this because I have a model that I made. Just so you guys know, I have a cardboard model I made of this. It will show all of the actions that we have publicly available. I don't want to give up too much yet. It would show all that, but the problem is my cardboard product is so nice, and the way I have it staged to set up, it was gonna be a beautiful video for you guys. But as soon as I do it, I'll get the likes of Mike Bell and that other guy doing a rendering of my cardboard model. And then they make all these tens of thousands of dollars on my video of 5,000 per million views, right? So thousands and thousands of dollars on my content. And it's, I don't know if some of you say, oh, but we want to know. Well, you have enough data to know. All right, you do know the two things there. You don't get to see the model though. Not unless I can buy this software and figure it out. And this software is not easy to figure out. The one I would like would be Blender. I think could do what I need it to do, and Blender is a learning curve of like 6 months. Blender is for me. I mean, it's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be terrible. So, and that's that way. I make them move, right? I sterilize them. You guys, because we know I like to play on words. I sterilize them by already having the content up in this format. But Blender is a computer program that's more accurate. I mean, it's beautiful what Blender can do. But for me to use Blender, I'm gonna have to go into some serious heavy training into Blender to make it show like the simple cardboard reactions would show. The cardboard reactions can show the steps so easily. But then I'll have some clown like this come along, take my cardboard reactions, twist them up a little bit. They'll be wrong. I'll be triggered. He lives in fucking Russia, so there's nothing I can do about it. And and so, or wherever he lives. But these people have no respect, for stealing your data. Now, I saw a couple of you tell me you had your stuff stolen, and it's okay. Just get over it. That's you. I'm a fighter. I'm not. Your form of fighting is I'll run and go hide. That's not me. I'm not a run and go hide guy. I'm the one you send to go in there to get some ass kicked. I'm not the one that goes running and hide. That's your style. So if you're recommending that, that's your style. Remember, you're the hider. You're the one that gets under the blanket. I know you may like my content and all, and I'm attacking you, but you'll do nothing but go hide now. So go hide. That's your personality, not mine. Now, again, so is it my man over here? So there's my video content of that. Now all of a sudden he's zoning exactly in on my words by chance. He went from a lift bouncing around on a deck that you got to remove hinges and everything else to exactly my data. You see why I'm so pissed? There's a used car salesman. What the fuck he's doing there? Anyway, I didn't mean to get that. I didn't mean to open that one up. I meant to come to my post, actually. I can't find my post. Oh, where I request you guys to, yeah, I guess I won't find it. Well, I request you guys to please to do that, to look into, can you look into to see if somebody came up with my deck failure ledger look thing first, because this is what Jim says that he wrote on there, and he wrote back, "We're gonna do a video and prove that the guy stole it from somebody else." I'm like, no way. That's not. I looked around. I Google searched everything else. I looked for deck ledger failures. I looked for all right, deck ledger failures for this. I searched the data for this. I'm the only clown that I know, and I've already submitted to NIST anyway. Like I told you guys that back then. I'm the only clown I know. If anybody was watching this and following it so intently, they would have already written me saying, "Hey, I said that first." So all I can imagine is that they're hunting and coming up with some junk that can try to stretch to this point, the deck ledger failure. You can't do it. I'm the only one. I looked it up. I Googled it after Jim said that. I put the post up here, um, and no one else is saying deck ledger failure. It's simple as that. No one else, as far as I know, is right exactly at the shear plane I point out. And and then I have more than that shear plane. Remember I said that the back wall is a jealous back wall, and I started into that when I found out that he's now copying, plagiarizing my data, I believe, from what you guys told me, using what you guys wrote me as a definition of plagiarism. You guys, the public, would know. If the public makes if the common regular person says it's plagiarism, well then yeah, that would be it. It's not what I think. It's what you guys think, and it's what I think. If I agree to it or not, because I would be biased. But if you guys are not, you're individuals. So, all right. So, and no one's told me it's not plagiarism. No one's told me that. They told me, oh, just let it ride. You know. Okay. All right. So that's where we are. I'm gonna load this video up, and again, I want you to see that. I wanted you to see that this part right here. Yeah, Google. I've already tried the complaints to Google. It's a long thing, guys. Just so you know, it's a long. It's not an easy process because of they don't have really. Um, they got one-to-one copy taking somebody's data. All right, one-to-one. You have some fair use rights, but under fair use rights does not include plagiarism. Fair use rights does not include plagiarism. Plagiarism is what it is. Here the gates, they fell down. They did a great job of staying in place. Didn't even break the glass. But I don't want to give it away. Hold on. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to get the blender going. Once I get blender going, then we can then I'll give you the content. If you guys have blender and you want to help me out and you know about blender, then I'll pay you to do the video for me, to do the this my formats. See that, my deck ledger stuff, how it failed. I'll pay you to do that. Jeff said, "Oh, okay. Here's one. I'll let you have it. The planter boxes that the collapse in motion. He hates me because anytime he comes out with new material, I always tell him he needs to watch your videos. He's not getting it. Wrong. I never said the planter boxes set the collapse in motion. Nice try. Lying. I stated they were along for the ride. Falling planter boxes is not a root cause. It is a symptom of the real root cause." That's just trash talk, right? So, again, up here, okay, if you want to keep trying to discredit me, I have no problem with that. I still respect you and your knowledge. So, again, that's right there showing that he's, part of the plagiarism thing. It's a damn shame because one person said of all the comments here, it's a shame you two didn't get together and do something together. That's the shame of it, because he had a good audience. I'm willing to share with people. All you gotta do is ask. I've had many of professors ask me could they use some of my data and use the content and show the videos in their classrooms and things like that. And I said, sure, no problem. I don't say, what am I gonna get? Or I'm like, bye, enjoy. All the professors that have asked me, go right ahead. all the professors that I have asked also on here, have also given me permission to use their data. Also saying, no, sure, go right ahead. Go right ahead. The point is we want to get it out there, the good stuff out there, as far as teaching goes. But it's a stab in the back when someone is just taking your data on this type of incidents. That's concrete and things like that. But I'm talking about professor stuff. We're just teaching. But now this is something serious, and now we get people profiteering off of it. I mean, for the sole purpose of profiteering, not because how hard would it be to say, hey, Kai, can I talk to you about that video? Can I use some of that content? Can I use that? Can I talk about your deck ledger failure? Can I use that deck ledger thing too? Nope. He just says at 3 o'clock in the morning, it comes to him staying up weeks at 3 o'clock in the morning, it comes to him. But only 4 days before, all it came to him was a machine running around the deck, just flying around, and you got to open the gates on, cracking up the deck like a spider, like a crazy hammer. So guys, I know you're upset, and until I get Blender, once I get you, so you'll have to be patient. I've already submitted submitted what I can to NIST and to the Miami Police Department. They use it. If they use it as what I call a Trojan horse, meaning they just need to know what they need to see to know how to counter that ahead of time, and then basically come up with an answer that's opposite of that, because it's all about real estate values, isn't it? In the end, it's going to be about, let's don't screw the real estate values up. That's what it's all about. Let's don't cause a mass run. Now, this BMA is the major one there. Without the BMA, talking to NIST, it gives them the out. They can now blame the architect. They can probably go after the current engineer too, I would guess. But they now have someone to blame, a physical item to blame. They can go down that path there and do it. Now that would save the real estate values. And it would also help people now go to look to see if any missing members are missing in the structure, major sections such as BMAs. And I only told you guys, I think once or twice, what a BMA is, or quite a few times. These people don't even know what they are, but they're interesting. I think one person I helped you out by saying, wasn't the architect Canadian? And you did a great job. And then I was like, go, 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 go. And then you just fizzled out on me. I was like, you were that good. You were that close. You were that close. Anyway, so I'm going to end this video and tell me what you guys think. And again, if I get Blender going, I'll do it. Maybe I'll do both, the cardboard model and then Blender right next to it. Or maybe just Blender only. Probably Blender only, because the cardboard model I'd have to make 2 videos, and it doesn't work that way. People want to see this crap here. Porn. You seen porn now? I happen to watch a little bit of porn on the side, just on the side. And it's disgusting that they'll have regular porn, and then they have these CGI porn. And people, it's a market for CGI porn? You want to watch CGI? Not the real deal? I'm like, wow, that's weird. So I need to adapt. I need to adapt.